welcome to Maison Journals. It's been a busy week at the house this week. So I'm going to talk about the electrics and the heating. First of all, the electrics. When we got the diagnostic report back, we knew that the whole house would need to be rewired. It was very outdated and everything was surface mounted. We had the electrician in place that the builder had managed to find for us. He was also a plumber as well, qualified plumber, so that was really helpful. So we set about rewiring the house. So I've got a short timeline of events for that, and then I'll come back to you with the heating. The rewiring started in March 2022. All the surface mounting cabling was removed and the new cabling was chased out in the walls. We chose downlighters in a lot of the rooms because they are quite dark, and the corridors, and you can see before this room and then after it's certainly a lot brighter, but the mess, as you can imagine, was terrible. I also had really fancy ideas of these light switches which were €90 each and far too expensive. We also chose the feature lighting for the rooms. This is for the kitchen, which is red, and some chandeliers for the larger bedrooms. We also had to select the outside lighting. While we didn't want any sort of huge light pollution, we wanted to be in keeping with the property, so we chose these kind of Narnia style lamps because we do need lighting at night, especially coming down the steps into the property. And we've got these ones for the plinths coming down to the stairs. While the electrician was there, we also changed the water heater over to a 200 litre tank, which is here. But there was a problem. Once we had the water heater installed, I checked my electricity, and we was only charged for 3 kilowatts of electricity coming to the house, which with a water heater, maybe dishwasher, toaster, kettle, washing machine, it was not going to be enough. So I contacted the electric supplier, and they had to get the contractor out. This was in March 2022. They arrived to do a survey of the property, and they said it will take a few weeks. They'll tweak the electric meter and it will increase to 12 kilowatts. But after a few days of their visit, they got back to me and said that wasn't possible. They would need to come out and do some additional work. So to increase the electricity from 3 kilowatt to 12 kilowatt, they came out again and completed another survey. The meter that we currently had was no use and had to be replaced. They had to bring a new line in from the supply outside, and this is their diagram here. Across the road, across the lane, into the property. It would go overhead. And we also had to remove trees for this work to be done before they arrived. The heating by far has been the biggest challenge. It's an 18-room house, it's in the middle of the countryside, and it's cold. We originally thought that we would heat the house with electric radiators, which I'll go on to show you in the timeline of events, but after speaking to the plumber and the builder, they made us realise that just would not be possible for just obvious reasons really. It would be expensive and it just wouldn't be right. So we spent so much time going through heating systems. We looked at geothermal, we looked at oil, but that was being phased out. We looked at pellet burners, but there was a problem with delivering the pellets to the house. We couldn't really have, the storage would be too far away from the house, so that wasn't going to work either for us. The pellet burner gas at the time was incredibly expensive, and there was supply issues as well. So after months and months of talking to the plumber and doing lots and lots of research, we decided on a wood burner with a back boiler, which I think is 23 kilowatt wood burner. So it will fuel 15 radiators. Again, it's down to individual There's going to be a flaw with every system, I believe. You know, I did spend a lot of time looking at this, although I'm not an expert. I felt that it was the best option for us. So that system is almost finished, but it's still got a few issues, and I've got a timeline of events to share with you. These are the cast iron radiators that we was going to have installed in the house to heat it. They're from Ireland, and they will spray them any colour that you want. You just give them the unique round number for that colour, and they're delivered to you within a few days. But these radiators are electric, the elements down there. They're by a company called Electrocast, and I will put a link into the description because they are really good, really effective. They're remote control, you can power them when you're not at the property. So in total there's about 7 fireplaces in the whole house, none of which I don't think has been swept for many years, and some really strange configurations that I've never seen before. There's a few fireplaces under the windowsills, and this is one of the burners that was left, and this is the back boiler that we ordered, and after 9 months the radiators finally arrived and we was able to install them. It was almost ready to go, and then because of the odd configuration of the chimneys, they go off diagonally, there's problems getting the flue up the chimney, so we have had to arrange a cherry picker for the roof. This is not our cherry picker, it hasn't been done yet. But there's another problem, we're not sure if the cherry picker can fit through the gates. So we're currently looking into that at the moment. So these are the challenges of such a special place, which are to be continued.